Let's take a look at Exit the Game, a new one from KOSMOS. Can you escape? I don't know. Let's find out. Hey, this is the McGuire Review, and today we're going to be taking a look at a new series out of KOSMOS, and this one is called Exit the Game. Now, they do have 3 of them that are currently out. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Abandoned Cabin one. And what this essentially is like an escape room. So there's lots of different things that you've got today with escape rooms. You've got certain physical places you can go. You've got online games. You've got VR games. This is one of the first that I've seen that does a really, really good job of giving you that escape room feeling in somewhat of a board game, and that's what you're going to find here. These come at a very low price point. Again, there are 3 of them that are currently out. They do also have the Secret Lab and the Pharaoh's Tomb here, and I'm really looking forward to playing those. I have gone through the Abandoned Cabin, and it's interesting to be able to do this review. I had to sort of create some of these components, recreate these components, because you will actually be destroying some of the components of the game as you play this experience. So it is, and I will kind of make that call out for everybody, it is designed to be a one-time experience that you would play either by yourself or with a group. I definitely recommend playing this one with a group. Let me hit the stats, then we'll kind of get back to that concept there. So this is a 1 to 6 player game, ages 12 and up, and the playtime is 1 to 2 hours. So even though you will kind of destroy some of the components, it is designed to be a one-time experience. You're going to get about 2 hours out of that experience, and these do come at a really low price point. So, you know, with the balance of that, I think it's totally worth it. When I got it out of the box and I started reading that, that's one of the things I thought to myself. You know, I thought, this is going to be a cool experience, and obviously after you solve the riddles and you escape from the cabin, you're not really going to be able to do it again because you're going to know all the secrets. It would only be if you came back maybe years later and you might have forgot some of them, but it's going to be a pretty smooth course through the game if you already know all the secrets of the room and how to get out of the cabin. Then I thought, well, I guess the replayability on it would be I could maybe give this to a friend and say, hey, I just came across this really great escape room series. Go ahead and take this and try it out and play it. And then if you like it, you know, they've got some other ones for offer that you can go ahead and buy. Then I saw in the directions, and it calls it right out in the directions, that it is really designed for a one-time play experience. And it says that you're going to need some extra things to be able to play this game. So you'll want to have a pencil, you'll want to have a piece of paper, you'll even want to have a pair of scissors that would make it a little bit easier to play the game. So again, you're going to cut some of these things that are actually here from a component perspective. Then it was like, well, if you played that way, you really couldn't give it to someone else unless you kind of gave them the broke materials. But that might give away something as you're solving the riddles and playing the game. So for me to be able to do this review, again, like I mentioned, I did create some of these things as we were playing that said, hey, you know, destroy this or cut this or, you know, whatever. I created those components just on pieces of paper. We were able to, you know, kind of mess those up and then keep everything else intact. So I was able to, you know, play and get the experience, but then I was still able to do the review without showing you what items would be, you know, messed up. So just so it's clear what you're getting into when you do purchase this, it is designed to be a one-time experience. Okay, so we've hit that enough. Let's get into the components and kind of run through what you're going to see in the box. And I'm going to kind of handle this in a way that I'm not giving anything away. So I'm not going to show you what's on the back of any of these cards. I'm just going to show you what type of cards you get in the game. And I'm going to give you sort of a holistic overview of how the game will play out and what you can expect as a player when you're going through this experience. So, you know, obviously we've already kind of taken a look at the box. I will call out it is a very small form factor box, so it's great for travel if you wanted to, you know, take this to a family or friend's event you were traveling to. Really easy. Just take that right along with you. Again, it is the best experience, I think, when you play with a group, although it is designed to be able to be played in a solo environment as well. So if you're going on a business trip or you're going somewhere, you know you're going to be in the hotel for a couple hours, you may want to bring it along, be a fun experience. We'll go ahead and start with the rule book here, and it is a very small, very short rule book, and they do have a something on the back which I thought was pretty cool, and they call it their certificate. And you can list out the players' names, and you can list out sort of some of the riddles and who solved those riddles, which one you thought was the coolest, the trickiest. So that's kind of neat. So after you're done with the experience, you can record that and keep it, and kind of keep it with the box, maybe as a memento. Maybe you can give it to someone, one of the other players. So I thought that was pretty cool that they put that on the back of this. And the rulebook is very short. You'll see there's just a few pages here, and it just lists out basically what each one of these components do. It doesn't really give you a overview of what a game round looks like. And I felt that was very interesting as I started to play, because when you kick off the game, you're only going to have these two components right here. So we'll just go right into those. You're going to have this little welcome guests book. And the premises of this is that, you know, you're driving the car along, you know, this old road, and the car breaks down, and you have to seek shelter for the night. And you find this cabin. And after you go into the cabin, there's certain events that start to play out, and all of a sudden you find yourself kind of trapped in this cabin. And then hence the escape room experience, as you have to sort of explore this cabin, find different things that are locked. There's these symbols. You'll find this dial here is very interesting, the way this mechanic works. There's these symbols all the way around the outer rim, and those symbols will correspond to things you'll find in the book, as well as things you'll find here on these riddle cards. And basically you'll be turning these dials, and there's actually 3 dials. It's kind of hard to see, but there's 3 dials that you'll be turning. And after you turn them a certain way under one of these symbols, this little inner window, and we'll look at this kind of diamond shape right here. You'll notice at the very bottom there's a blue. There's a little window with a blue number. It's blue background with a black number there. And it says 3 on this one, but it only does that after you align these 3 numbers and colors under that symbol. So that is part of like solving the riddles in the game. You're going to be looking for, what is the 3-digit code for this particular lock and riddle in the game. And if you think you've got it right and you've got it solved, you'll get that 3 there. And what's going to happen is you're then going to be able to go to these answer cards, which are right here, and they have numbers on them. Again, I won't show you the back, but you'll see they have, I'll show you, they have numbers on them there. And you'll find the number in that deck that corresponds to what's in that window, and you'll be able to know if that answer is right or wrong. There'll be various symbols and pictures on these cards to make it clear to you if you've solved that particular riddle properly or not. So that's how this dial is going to be used. So this is going to be kind of your main component in the game as you're playing, to be able to solve the mysteries and the riddles that you are faced with. What's in this book, and I will show you this, I don't think it gives anything away, because you'll be able to open this right up from the beginning. This isn't something that unlocks later in the game. It's something that you'll see right from the beginning. So, and I'll show you just a couple pages. You'll see there's a little bit of text here, a little bit of flavor text that cues up what's going on. And then these are what the pages look like, where there'll just be some strange, awkward things on them. And you'll have to, here's one, it's like a drawing overview. I'll show you another one here that's got, a picture that you'll look at, and there's a few things in there that you'll want to pay attention to. And then here's another page that's just got sort of a cube of letters, right? What does that mean? So it's interesting when you start the game, you will just start with these 2 things, and you'll use this book, and you'll just start kind of going through it. And it doesn't have to be in any specific order. You may go to this page and say, you know what, I'm going to try to start working on this riddle. What's this all about? And that's what makes the game kind of cool, because when you get to certain types of riddles, you may not be able to solve that riddle without having other riddles solved. And to win the game, to escape the room, you have to solve all of the riddle cards, and it goes from A to W. So that's why you're going to get, I found a good 2 hours worth of gameplay. It lists 1 to 2 hours. Solving it in an hour would be pretty quick. Another cool thing that they suggest you do when you play the game is to get a stopwatch. And to start that at the beginning of your session, and then you go ahead and stop it when you're done, you've solved all of the riddle cards and you've escaped the cabin. And there is a little chart in the rule book where you could kind of matrix out, how long it took you to solve the riddle, and it sort of gives you a status based on, how long you took to solve, which that's also fun as well. But I wouldn't necessarily just focus on the speed. I would focus on the experience and the interaction and the collaboration amongst the group of people that you're solving these problems with. Don't focus as much on, I just want to solve this as quickly as possible. That is kind of cool if it works out that way, but I find that if you really go through and you really think about the riddles, there's a lot of satisfaction when you get to these answer cards and you're like, did we get it right? When you actually get it right, there's a lot of satisfaction versus, trying to solve it really quick and getting them wrong, or getting frustrated and then needing to go to our last component here, which is the help cards. And I like that they included that because, based on the age range of people that you're playing with, this one is a 12 and up. I played this with my family. You may need to go to these help cards. So it's nice that they included them. And every riddle in the game, every kind of puzzle that you have to solve, again, are these symbols on the outside, and those will correspond to symbols on these help cards. So if there's a particular one that you're having a lot of trouble with, and you just can't crack it for one reason or the other, you can go to these help cards, and there are 3 for each symbol. And the way it works is, and I'll show here, there is first clue, second clue, and solution. So if you just want a little bit of a hint, you can look at the first clue. If you want a little bit more, second clue. And if you still can't get it, there is a solution card that will tell you exactly how to solve the riddle and pretty much what you need to do next. So if you do need that, it is available in the game. I liked that they included that. So again, you're going to start with these 2 components. These cards here are nothing more than they are in the pack of everything when you get it out of the box, just to make sure you understand, like, stop, don't start, shuffling these cards all up. They do need to be in order. It will say check the order, make sure that everything is in an order. Also, they indicate to make sure that you don't flip them over and starting to look at the back sides of any of these cards, because you're going to start to get answers and or solutions accidentally if you start to look at the backside of these cards. You will notice there are 3 little very thin, paper components. You will use these. These are special objects in the game that you will use as you play. You don't need those until they're referenced. You'll want to leave those in the box until the game indicates that you should be interacting with these things. And that's essentially everything that you're going to have with the game: your riddle cards, your answer cards, and then again, your help cards. So, just to kind of wrap this review up, I want to say that I had a lot of fun with this. I absolutely love these games that are designed like this, and I think, and I'll go ahead and call out the designers here, Inka and Marcus Brand, and they're on all 3 of these games, designed and set these games up. I think they did a great job with it, and I'm really glad that KOSMOS picked this one up and published it. Another thing that I'm excited for is, this really opens up a platform, and I know they've released kind of 3 initially to the market, see how that goes, but I think this opens up a really good platform to continue evolving these and adding more. There's lots of different things that they can add. They got the Secret Lab, they got the Pharaoh's Tomb, they got the cabin. There's lots of other places that they can add for more of these games. Again, they come at a low price point. So pick one up, maybe pick your favorite amongst the 3, one that would, you think would be cool. Get it, and if you like it, get the rest of them, right? Because again, they're at low price point. I'm sure they could even release these in the future that add more to the story of each one of these, There's definitely lots of things they can do with these games, and I hope to see more in the future, and I am excited about this. It was a great experience. Definitely recommend picking up a copy if you come across it. KOSMOS, once again, nice job. Hit that like, click the subscribe below to join the team, ring the bell. This has been the McGuire Review, and we'll see you next time.